maybe one of the most basic, let's say, type of feedback. And let me ask here, well, Jairo, maybe you, what would be repetition?
Well, repetition is similar to the metalinguistic
Mhm,
because both refer to the errors that the student made. For example, in the document says that it appeared that this example, the student said we is, and the teacher asked we is, but it's two people, right? You see your mistake.
mhm.
So here the student can see the mistake and try to fix it. So that basically error, yeah, error we see since the moment that we are learning any language, because always the teacher are using this language, this skill, can I say
Mhm.
that, basically
Okay.
that teacher.
Okay. Let's see.
Teacher.
Rebecca. Yes.
Also, according to the book or the document, most of the time the teacher adjusts their intonation so as to the highlight the error that they make in the class.
Definitely. That is what I was going to add to what Jairo said. And that is how, by adjusting the intonation, by putting stress on the mistake that the student makes, is how the teacher addresses, the student, and to make him or her realize that he or she is making a mistake in that specific part of the utterance. For example, if a student says, I has 3 children, um, the teacher may say, I has, like putting the stress in that word, and also children's, because children's is not like, plural. Children is already plural, so it doesn't need s. So the teacher can make like a little bit of emphasis by putting a little bit more of stress in those specific words. So that is one of the most common ones, and it's very, very effective. However, one disadvantage for this is also that there is no like an explicit instruction, and if the student doesn't manage, the content, so he or she may struggle, correcting his or her mistake. Okay. Okay, so there have been some critiques, regarding the type of feedbacks. So, um, for example, in the case of metalinguistic elicitation, clarification requests, and teacher repetition of errors, that will help the students to recognize their own errors and correct themselves. However, since if the student doesn't have any like a, let's say, or hasn't mastered, let's say, the content being taught, that is going to be very difficult for them, and I already mentioned this. In the case of recast and intensive recast, they are considered ineffective forms of feedback. In many cases, they can recast ambiguous or may not know if the teacher is responding to the content or is just making him or her realize about his mistake. Okay. Now, I know that I sent some questions, but I don't think um, we will have time for this. So we can work on that the next meeting. We're going to have the last meeting on, let me see here, the calendar. Uh,
Teacher,
yes,
I have a question.
yes, tell me.
It's regarding my grades. It's because I yesterday I was checking on Power Campus
Mhm.
all of my grades, and in this course I noted that I got zero. Well, no, not zero. I don't have a grade in an assignment called Vygotsky questionnaire, and I'm pretty sure that I've submitted that.
Okay, let's do something, guys. whoever who has whoever. Okay, I'm gonna explain that, Jordi. Whoever who has a doubt about Power Campus, send me an email between today and tomorrow. um, I was saying at the beginning that I was going to catch up this week, but I have been sick. I have been sick for 2 days, and today I feel better. So the idea is for you to send me a reminder about your grade, which grade you want me to check and to fix if there is a problem, and we will meet again next week in order to see your grades and to see if I miss a grade or if you owe me an assignment and all that. We are just running out of time, so your assignment, as I said, will be due the 25th. So in order to have chance, to have the chance to check them and to upload your grade to Power Campus. So I will check that, Frances. I know that you sent that. I'm pretty sure that you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was. From from what I remember, I think it was like an assignment in pairs, and I did that with Allison. It was like submitted on hand on.
Oh, never. Yeah, I will check that. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Okay, Jairo, you said that you're not clear about the the final exam. It was you, Jairo, or Jordi?
No, it was Jordi, but
Me,
explain,
teacher,
please.
because some of our classmates do not understand the process of the final document that we are going to do for the next week.
Did you guys check? Did you check the example that I sent?
Yes.
Okay, so the idea of the assignment is that you that you develop a state of the art review. So the state of the art review is basically it takes a look at the most recent works that have been carried out about uh, second language learning, but you have to focus on one aspect, guys. You cannot cover everything because that would be too long. Now, as you can see, the very beginning is like an abstract. This should be like the introduction, and then as you can see over here, it says second language acquisition theory and research, and it says 10 current issues. So this one is covering different topics like consciousness, like the age modules and mechanisms and all that. But you can only do your research about one or two aspects that you consider that you're interested in. It's similar to a research paper. However, each paragraph, let's say, is going to focus on one of them and is going to talk about what are the changes, the new changes. Let's imagine, I mean, all of them, guys, are going to be based or they are going to be grounded on all the theories from the past. Nothing is going to be completely new. So what you have to do is to talk about what have been those very small changes that second language acquisition um,
It's
has
not
had
learning.
over time. Yes?
Yes. Is it learning or acquisition?
Well, acquisition, I'm sorry. Well, guys, it depends on you. It can be about learning and it can be acquisition. However, I consider that for acquisition, there is not too much. So I would tell you that you better do it about learning, but it depends on you. So there is no problem. What I want to see in your paper is that you have done some research about what the most the newest, let's say, theories about language learning or language acquisition are, and how they can also, let's say, critique the previous ones and how they show that, let's say, Vygotsky was not okay about this because now, according to a recent research in 2000, it was found that this and this and this. For example, is that. And also, you have to make a very short reflection. So after you read and you include your paragraph, let's say, at the very end of the paragraph, you have to make a comment. So if you agree or disagree, or if you can add something up, about what was said, let's say, about the theory or what the change was. I don't know if you're clear of or you need like more explanation about that. Ya se me perdió la pantalla. Oh, okay, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. Oh my Jesus. ¿Y dónde está? Aquí está. Okay. So basically is that, guys. It's just like to look for the newest trends, the newest changes, yeah, the newest changes in language learning and acquisition. So I don't know if you guys are clear.
Teacher, I have a question.
Hmm.
The short reflections is at the end of the research.
Yes. Yeah, it's like the conclusion. Or in each paragraph, let's say that you cover. I want to talk about how language learning in this specific apps, let's say aspect. So let's imagine that you want to talk only about grammar, let's say in your state of the art. So you go and you talk about grammar in your whole a paper, and at the end you give your point of view, your reflection about that. Now, if you're talking about different topics, let's say that you're interested in how grammar is learned, how pronunciation is learned, and how vocabulary is learned. So that means that for you, you're going to write one paragraph for each of them. And so, in order to not write one long conclusion at the end and cover all of the topics there, in at the end of each paragraph, you can make your comment. So there is no problem. You can take as an example the one that I sent. Henry, you said that you're not clear. Where's Henry? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's okay. No problem. Yeah. I was just giving you an example, but if you want to talk about any other topic, there is no problem. But of course, it has to be related to language learning or language acquisition. Yes. Henry. Okay, Henry, you said that you're not clear. Henry, have you read the one that I sent? Yes. So you're not clear yet. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, that would be participation. And if you remember in the syllabus, there was one section that said group discussions and all that. So and that was supposed to be 15 points, but I had to modify it. So that is going to be participation. Yes. Yeah. So don't worry. Yeah, that is going to be my gift for the end of the semester.
Teacher, I have a question.
Okay. Yes. Tell me.
You have not yet reviewed the interview assignments that were sent after the scheduled date, or everything has been reviewed?
I have some of them pending.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
because
yours is there.
I sent you an email about my
Mhm.
problem for that assignment 1 month ago, and also I sent you a message to Eva, but I didn't receive a
Yeah.
response.
Yeah. I will check it. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay. So going back to Henry, I want you